Searching real estate listings in Canada sucks, but it doesn't have to. And most of the time you're online, there's just so many different websites. They all have kind of the same information. It's confusing. And maybe you want more information about the property. Maybe you want to see that property. On some sites, you'd actually be contacted with the listing agent of that property. And on other sites, your interest in that property is literally being auctioned off to whichever real estate agent paid the most amount of money to have the opportunity to call you. And I understand how annoying that can be. You just have one question about this property and like 4 real estate agents are pestering you now because you clicked a button. You don't have to be a real estate agent to properly search listings anymore in Canada. But if you don't have the correct tools that you're using, you could actually miss out on the property you've been waiting for. My name's Tom Storey. Welcome back to the channel. I'm a real estate team leader here in the city of Toronto. We make educational videos about the market, but today's videos could be specifically about a real estate app called Listed. Now, this video is not sponsored at all. I just like it. I actually use this app when I'm driving with my wife and I see a listing. I use this app to figure out what the asking price is. Was it listed previously? And I look through the pictures. Outside the real estate industry, I don't think a lot of potential buyers or sellers actually know how it works. So when a property is listed in Canada to the local MLS, the first place it goes is realtor.ca. That's that big red website. Realtor.ca is a national website. They do have an app, but honestly, it's a little bit clunky. That site is paid for by the real estate agents. We pay it in our dues as long as we're a part of the Canadian Real Estate Association, CREA. Every listing goes to realtor.ca first. So any other website or app you've ever seen a property on the internet, it's because realtor.ca allowed it to be there based on the data sharing agreements that we have. This is available to the public, but as of recording this video, it does not show you sold data, just properties that are currently on the market. Then there are popular apps that already exist, and a lot of you might already know this, House Sigma. And you got to give them credit. They were first to the punch. They were releasing sold data before anybody else. And a lot of people outside the real estate agent started using this app to find out what their neighbor sold for. What many don't realize that House Sigma, which started as an app, is a real estate brokerage. They are no different than Royal LePage, Remax, Century 21, Sotheby's, Chestnut Park. They're the exact same. That app, that portal that you search information, you are now giving that information to a real estate company that has real estate agents that work for them that want to connect with you. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just the truth in terms of how it works. They want to get your information. They want as many users there as possible so that when you click on a property to contact an agent, one of their agents could reach out to you. With all that out of the way, I want to explain how I'm currently using Listed. I'm going to give you free access to this app in the first link in the description. You can download it for free. What I like about Listed is that they are not a real estate brokerage. I've known the founder of this company for a long time. I remember when she first started it, and to see it grow and actually build an audience and get bigger and bigger has been really cool to see. And I personally use it and I think it's helpful and I think you'll like it as well. See in the top right corner, that little blue arrow, if I were to click that, it would automatically show me all the properties closest to me that have recently come to the market or sold. Now, I'm not going to click that because then you'll see exactly where I live. I pulled myself into a certain area here of Toronto and I kind of want to show you how this works. So you have 3 different options. You have map search, which is self-explanatory. You can pull yourself in and check out listings. You can do card search. So this is kind of like Tinder. You can dislike it or like it and swipe through. Or my personal favorite is just the list. So you can kind of go through step by step. So let's say this property I want more information on. This is obviously a very, very cool loft on Carlaw. So I can look through the photos, go through it step by step. Then if I go down, I can see the asking price. You can also actually guess the price, which is kind of cool. And it will notify you when it sold, how close you were to what it actually sold for. If you keep going down, you get the property history. So this has not sold yet. It's currently on the market for 1.559. You can see previously it was on the market for 1.5. And before that in 2023 for 1.549. You could also click show all and it will go all the way back. So the last time this property sold was in 2018 for 1,274. What I like too is that we'll show you if a property is sold conditional. But for me, my favorite part of this app is actually creating the searches. So if I click on list, which is at the bottom there, so you can see browse in the bottom left, you can see alerts, you can see list, and then you can have your profile. If you click list, you can have your like list, you can have your save searches list, or you can create a new list. So I want to show you what this looks like. So if I'm going to create a save searches list, let's say, so we're in the Leslieville area here. Let's just say I'm looking to buy a property in this area. So what I do, so you can see that little pencil right there that says draw, I'm going to click that. Okay. And now I'm going to create a circle of the area that I'd want to buy a property in. Once the circle is made, it will populate with everything there. Now you want to get really specific with this. So in the top left where it says filter, so you can see just below where it says downshape, I'm going to click that filter button and information is going to come up. So let's say I'm interested in this area, but I actually already own a house in this area. So I just want to see what's on the market and what's sold. So I'm going to want available, but I'm also going to add sold properties. If I go down, let's say I own a house. Okay, I don't want to see any condominium properties, and I own a detached house, so I actually only want to see detached property. If you continue to go down, you can really get nitty-gritty with it, where you can add in minimum price, maximum price, bedrooms, bathrooms, parking spaces, interior size, lot frontage, depth, total lot size. There's tons and tons that you can do here. But for this example, let's just keep it simple. So freehold property, detached, I want sold and available, and I'm going to click done. Now, the next thing that I would personally do here is I would go into the top left corner again. I would click sort, and I want it by newest. Okay. I don't want highest price. I just want newest to the market, either sold or on the market. Then I would click the listings. I can see based on this search that I've just pulled up, you can see on the side of each listing here, you can see days back 3. That's when it came to the market. As we continue to go down here, you can see the sold properties as well. This property sold 9 days ago. Now, let's pull up this property as an example. So they were listed at 1150. They sold for 1020000. And I can see all the information, kind of scroll through the pictures. Now, if you want to save this search, you go back to the map area. And then just below clear, you don't want to click clear. You want to click save. So I would now save this. So I'm going to call it Leslieville Detached. I'm going to click create. Okay, so now I have this search created for me. Now, if a new listing comes to the market, it will automatically notify me in my alerts or send me an email if you've given them your email address. Now, once you've created this, you can go to your list, which is at the bottom right there, just beside the Me tab. And now you can see I have a saved search. So I have my Leslieville Detached. I have my alerts on. I can also share this with my spouse. So if your spouse downloads the app, you're like, hey, I created a search, you want to add it to yours, you can click share there and just text it directly to someone that already has the app. That's pretty cool. If you just hit this little map button here, you'll automatically pull it back up. I like clicking the list version. I can just kind of scroll through. And honestly, guys, like I do this every night in my own house just to see what's come on the market. I'm a real estate agent. I have access to all the real MLS tools and everything else. This just simplifies my life. It's just easier to do. So let's say I found this property and I really like it. So let's open this property right here. I can click like, and it will notify me when something changes. Now, when I click like on a property, if it sells, it will send me a message, let me know what it sold for. If it's taken off the market, it will tell me that as well. And it will also tell me if it's taken off the market, if it's come back to the market. If we go back to lists at the bottom, so you got your saved searches on the right, and on the left side, now you have your liked property. So you can see the liked property is there that we clicked on, and you can see all the information. So that's listed. I think you guys would find this helpful. There's obviously other ways that you can search sold properties in Canada, in Toronto. This is personally the way that I use. As I mentioned before, this video is not sponsored. They did not pay me a dime to do this. I just like this, and I think you'll like it as well. I hope you enjoy using this app as much as I do. If you have feedback or anything you think could improve the app, let me know in the comments. Like, I can directly talk to the people that created this app and let them know what you'd like them to do to make it a better overall experience, because I know they're very open to it. And even if you download this app and you're already searching through properties right now, do not go out and buy a property until you watch the video that we put out to show you how to never overpay for a property here in the city of Toronto. My name's Tom Storey. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, home is where your story begins.